Hello everyone, my name is Will Rowland, and today I'm going to be covering the 2019 Capital One data breach. I chose this case because it's very relatable to me in the field that I work in. I work with JP Morgan and I am a finance account analyst. So today I'm going to explain what happened, why it happened, the people that it affected and the impact, and how it could have been prevented. So let's get started off with what happened. So in 2019, Capital One announced that they had essentially a massive data breach of more than 106 million customers and applicants who were affected by it. The data was stored in an AWS cloud services. The AWS wasn't hacked. The issue was with Capital One's cloud setup. So essentially, the root cause of that is misconfigured web application firewalls, or WAFs. Attackers exploited those weaknesses, gained temporary AWS credentials, and those credentials had too much access, which shows why least privilege is important. Risk exposure. So the personal information that was exposed for these customers and applicants were names, addresses, birth dates, incomes, credit scores, even credit limits. Around 140,000 social security numbers and about 80,000 bank account numbers, which, as we all well know, could lead to severe identity theft and financial fraud issues for all individuals affected. The damage to Capital One was extreme. So they had about 190, almost $200 million settlement, $80 million OCC fine, not to mention their legal costs, as well as credit monitoring for customers, cybersecurity upgrades that were required, loss of customer trust, damaged reputation, and increased oversight by the government, to say the least of their concerns. Prevention and mitigation. So pretty much, the things that could have been done to make sure this never happened. They could have had better cloud security reviews, least privileged access, stronger IAM controls, continuous monitoring, regular vulnerability scans. They could have offered penetration testing to see how strong and secure their system was, as well as multi-factor authentication. And last but not least, the most basic one, employee cybersecurity training. So to pretty much just keep everyone up on their toes about it, so everyone was on the lookout. My recommendations honestly would have been to continue improving the cloud security and have a zero trust model, as well as perform your regular security checks, monitor your systems at all times, 24/7. Don't ever take a break from them. And keep the security and the software settings more updated. You want to make sure that everything's getting the most recent firewalls, the most recent protection, everything of that nature. Review the security protocols and their policies to kind of keep them up to date. And as always, keep training the employees to make sure that everyone's on the lookout for something that doesn't look right or doesn't feel right. So the cost of remediation was hundreds of millions of dollars in total, not to mention the settlements, the government fees, legal expenses, the required creditor monitoring, as well as new cybersecurity tools and hiring more security professionals to make sure that this doesn't happen again. So, essentially in closing, small security mistake led to a massive breach that affected over 100 million people. It costed the company hundreds of millions of dollars between settlements, fines, fees, having to bring in new professionals to make sure this doesn't happen again, as well as legal costs. The biggest lesson I feel to be learned from this is that cybersecurity is not just about what's most up to date. It's about the people and the processes and the technology working together to ensure that everything is functioning smoothly and we don't have these data breaches. Working in banking made this case a little more meaningful for me because protecting the customer information is such a big responsibility and it's such a vital part of our role. Working for JP Morgan, we have countless checks and balances when handling sensitive information that's related to our customers and our client base. And I couldn't imagine having a data breach of this scale, especially in today's modern technology world. So I really wanted to emphasize the fact that it's not just about the numbers. It comes down to people. These are really people. On the other end of these reports and these files, there's people's lives that are at stake, their livelihoods, their abilities to provide for their family, which is why it's so important to me. Thank you, everybody, for watching. You have a wonderful day. This class has been awesome, and I look forward to meeting you all later on. Thank you. Bye-bye.